12% of global trade passes through a stretch of water only 18 miles wide. They call it Bab el-Mandeb, the Gate of Tears. Today, some of the world's most advanced drones and missiles stand here, bringing the global supply chain to a grinding halt. But is this merely a modern conflict? No. The blueprint for this chaos was written thousands of years ago by merchants who fought over spices and gold in these very same waves. Today's ballistic missiles are simply the modern reincarnation of ancient rivalries. If you look at the map of this region, you will realize why the world's superpowers stand helpless before this tiny needle's eye. The map currently on your screen shows the Red Sea and the Bab el-Mandeb Strait. Throughout the pages of history, this has always been a geopolitical lever. From the Roman Empire to the Ottoman sultans, everyone craved the key to this door. Roman merchants feared this passage, knowing that while the currents were dangerous, the people watching from the shores were even more so. However, the real shift occurred in the 15th century when the Portuguese admiral Afonso de Albuquerque devised a radical plan. His goal wasn't just war, it was to hold the entire global economy hostage. He realized that if he could plug the mouth of the Red Sea, the wealth of Cairo and Venice would dry up, and Lisbon would become the new center of the world. In 1513, he attacked Aden, the ultimate guard post of this route. Although he failed, he taught the world a lesson. Whoever sits at this tiny gate holds the pulse of the world. We must also understand that Bab el-Mandeb is not an isolated point. It is part of a strategic triangle, the Suez Canal at the top, the Red Sea in the middle, and Bab el-Mandeb at the bottom. This entire system is known as the Red Sea Corridor. If the gate at the bottom is closed, the Suez Canal at the top becomes nothing more than a useless ditch where no ships sail. Centuries ago, before the Suez Canal existed, merchants would offload their goods from ships, load them onto camels, and trek across the desert to reach the other side. We think we are so advanced today, yet we find ourselves trapped in the same ancient dilemma where thousand-year-old routes are outsmarting modern supercomputers. Geography never changes. If we look closer at the map, the true power of Bab el-Mandeb lies in its narrowness. In the center of the strait sits Perim Island, which splits the passage into two channels. The eastern channel, known as Bab Iskender or Alexander Strait, is barely 2 miles wide. Imagine the world's largest oil tankers and container ships forced to navigate through a lane only 2 miles wide. It is like turning a massive highway into a narrow alleyway. Modern technology has created drones, but it cannot erase this geographic trap. Finding launchers hidden in these rugged mountains is nearly impossible for even the most advanced satellites. This is the ultimate weapon of asymmetric warfare. A cheap drone, perhaps costing less than your laptop, can force the world's most expensive aircraft carriers to change course. In this geopolitics, the Cold War also played a massive role. In the 1970s, when the Soviet Union and America were in a global standoff, Yemen and Somalia became the ultimate battlegrounds. The Soviets wanted to control the world's oil supply from here. They built one of their largest overseas bases in Aden. Today, we see the same play, just with different actors. Every major power, be it America, China, or Russia, has its eyes fixed on this 18-mile patch. Take Djibouti, for example, located directly across from the strait. This tiny nation is the world's military hotel. It hosts China's first overseas military base right next to America's Camp Lemonnier. France, Japan, and Italy all have outposts here. Why? They are all guarding the Gate of Tears to ensure their own supply chains aren't severed. But the impact goes far beyond the water. When a single missile is fired here, shockwaves hit global stock markets. From petrol stations in London to factories in Tokyo, the global supply chain begins to suffocate. If you look at the map, you will see the Cape of Good Hope, the long, grueling route ships are now forced to take. Instead of the Red Sea, ships must now circumnavigate the entire continent of Africa. This is no small detour. It means 10 to 15 extra days of travel and over $1 million in extra fuel for just one trip. When thousands of ships divert, a new wave of global inflation is born. Every item you order online or the fruit you buy at the supermarket is tied to the stability of this 18-mile corridor. History reminds us of the 1967 Six-Day War, when the Suez Canal was closed for 8 years. The global economy was devastated. But today's crisis is even more volatile because the modern world runs on just-in-time delivery. Factories no longer keep months of stock. They need daily arrivals. If Bab el-Mandeb is blocked for even a week, car factories in Europe begin to shut down. This is the most dangerous example of economic warfare we have ever seen in real time. Centuries ago, the British Empire seized Aden to secure their route to India. They built coal depots so their steamships could refuel. Today, the coal is gone, but the demand for fuel is higher than ever. Today, the world craves data and oil, and both are at the mercy of this strait. Did you know that the sub-sea internet cables connecting Asia to Europe also pass through this very spot? If these cables are damaged on the ocean floor, the world's digital brain could go dark. Banking, social media, and global communications would collapse. This route isn't just for ships, it's the nervous system of our digital world. The new face of modern warfare shows us that massive naval fleets are no longer the only way to project power. A small group equipped with cheap drone technology can challenge the world's most powerful navies. This is the struggle of geography versus technology, and geography almost always holds the upper hand. The arid mountains and deep waters on either side of Bab el-Mandeb can be a graveyard for any attacking force. History proves that anyone who tried to suppress this route by brute force paid a heavy price. Whether it was the Portuguese in the 16th century or the superpowers of the 21st, geography makes everyone equal. There is also a historical mystery to this corridor. It is said that thousands of years ago, when the first humans migrated out of Africa to populate the world, they crossed right here at Bab el-Mandeb. Back then, the water was likely shallower, or perhaps there was a land bridge. Think about it. The very path that began human civilization could now be the catalyst for global economic collapse. This strait is like the arteries that pump blood to the heart of the world. If there is a blockage here, the entire body stops functioning. Bab el-Mandeb is not just a route. What do you think? Will the world ever find a true alternative to this route? Can technology ever truly conquer the power of geography? Or will we always be hostage to these ancient paths and age-old rivalries? Is Israel's proposed Ben Gurion Canal the answer? Or can Saudi Arabia's land bridge save the world? These questions will reshape the map of the future. Will this gate of tears always bring sorrow to the world? Or can a bridge of peace ever be built here?